Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. As I mentioned in the last video, we will be discussing some questions of general aptitude, keeping GATE 2025 in mind and considering the level of questions that have been asked in GATE over the past few years. So in every video we will be discussing questions of a particular topic. Our last video was on permutations and combinations. Today we are going to be practicing questions of probability, a very important topic. As you all know, it's already a part of your engineering mathematics syllabus also and plays a very important role for general aptitude as well. So let's start. So the first question for today's video, the probabilities of A, B and C solving a problem are 1 by 3, 2 by 7 and 3 by 8 respectively. If all three of them try to solve the problem simultaneously, then what is the probability that exactly one of them is going to solve it? Right? So please pause the video, give the question a try, and once you have given it an honest attempt, 100%, then you can play the video and cross check with the solution that we discuss. This is a fairly simple question. We have to just find out what is the probability that exactly one of them will solve it. So that's the main point of this question. We know the probability of A solving it is 1 by 3, probability of B solving it is 2 by 7, probability of C solving it is 3 by 8, and they have told us that what is the probability that exactly one of them is going to solve. So this is different from if they ask what is the probability that the problem will get solved. If the question is that what is the probability that the problem will be solved, that is going to be a different question or a different approach, different answer. Here they are saying that what is the probability that exactly one of them will solve it. That means if A is going to solve, then B does not solve, C does not solve, right? Only A is going to solve, only A solves. Or A does not solve, B solves, so C does not solve, right? Or what happens? A also does not solve, B also does not solve, but C solves. Right? So these are the only three cases that is possible. We cannot have A solving, B also solving, C also solving, or we cannot have A and B solving but C not solving the question. We can't have that, right? So we just want to find out any one, exactly one of them is going to solve it. So these are the three cases that we can have. So I already know what is the probability of A solving, that is 1 by 3. So what is the probability that A does not solve? How do we do this? 1 minus 1 by 3. Very simple, 2 by 3. Similarly, I know what is the probability of B solving. It is 2 by 7. So B not solving is going to be 5 by 7. C solving is going to be 3, is given as 3 by 8. So C not solving, simply 1 minus 3 by 8. So 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Right? And how do we do this? The first case where A solves but B does not solve and C does not solve. What is the probability? A solves, right? And B does not solve and C also does not solve. What does OR mean? OR means what? Addition. And means multiplication. So OR is going to be replaced with a plus sign. Again, A does not solve, A does not solve. B solves, B solve is 2 by 7 and C does not solve. So 5 by 8. And the last case is A does not solve, B also does not solve, but C solves. C solves is 3 by 8. So that's all there is. Simplify this, you will be able to find out the answer, right? So this is what we have done. Probability A solves is 1 by 3, it does not solve 2 by 3. Probability B solves 2 by 7, does not solve 5 by 7. C solves 3 by 8, C does not solve 5 by 8. So probability exactly one of them solves means A solves, B does not solve, C does not solve. Or B solves, A does not solve, C does not solve. Or C solves, whereas A and B don't solve. So you can see that the denominators is all same. So this is nothing but 3 into 7 into 8. What about this? This is a 25, the first term. Second term is a 20. Third term is a 30. This is what we have. Let's see, 45, 75 upon 3 into 7 into 8. This is going to be a 25. So 25 upon 56. That is option number B. That's all there is to this question. Let us look at the next question. There are 3 boxes, each containing 3 red and 5 green balls. Also, there are 2 boxes, each containing 4 red and 2 green balls. A green ball is selected at random. Find the probability that this green ball is from a box of the first group. So, this is what we call the conditional probability, right? So, we have got 2 groups. The first group is having 3 boxes. The first group is having 3 boxes and the next group is having 2 boxes. And this 3 boxes is going to be having 3 red and 5 green balls. As far as the 2 boxes are concerned, they are having 4 red and 2 green balls, right? So in these type of questions, the first thing we do is find out what is the probability of selecting a green ball, right? What is the probability of selecting a green ball? And here, since we have got 2 groups, right? We have got 2 groups. So each of them are also going to have their individual probability of being selected. So first and foremost, we have to select a box and then we have to select a green ball from there, right? So what is the probability of selecting these 3 boxes out of a total of 5 boxes? 3 by 5. And then once we have selected a box from this group, what is the probability of getting a green ball? It is 5 by 8, right? Similarly, what is the probability of selecting any one box from this particular group? It is 2 out of 5. And then what is the probability of getting a green ball? 2 out of 6. 2 out of 6, right? So now what is this? This is nothing but the total probability of drawing a green ball. Probability of selecting or drawing a green ball. The total probability of getting a green ball. But we need to find out the probability that the green ball we have selected is from the first box or the first group only, right? So how do we approach this question? Using the concept of conditional probability. So my numerator is going to be the probability that the green ball is from the first group of 3 boxes, and my denominator is going to be the probability of getting a green ball. So the total probability that we found out, that is probability of getting a green ball from the first group of 3 boxes or the probability of getting a green ball from the second group of 2 boxes, right? So first group of 3 boxes, what did we see? 3 by 5 multiplied with 5 by 8. 3 by 5 multiplied with a 5 by 8 or 2 by 5 into 2 by 6. Let us see, this is going to be 3 by 8 divided by 3 by 8 plus 2 by 15, right? And if I take the denominator 8 into 15, so 3 into 15 is a 45, this is a 16, and 8 into 15, 3 into 15, 45. So simply 45 divided by a 61. Clear? So this is how we approach any question of conditional probability. Let us look at the last question for today's video. What is the probability of rolling the same number exactly 3 times with 5 6-sided dice? So pause the video and try to understand exactly what the question is asking. What is the probability of rolling the same number exactly 3 times with 5 6-sided dice? So dice, as you know, is 6-sided only. So this information is not useful. What exactly is happening is that we have got 5 dice and we are rolling it, and we are getting the same number for exactly 3 times. That's the question. So what is the probability that we will get the same number? So we've got 5 dice and we are rolling it at one go. So what is the probability that we've got the same number for exactly 3 times, right? So let us suppose that the number is 1, just for a assumption. Suppose that the number is 1, right? So what is the probability of getting 1 when we are rolling a dice? Any number, in fact, for that matter, it is 1 by 6, right? So the first throw we are getting 1 is 1 by 6. Second throw we are getting 1 is 1 by 6. Third throw we are getting 1 is 1 by 6. This is what they have said. Exactly 3 times we are getting the same number. Fourth throw, it can be any other number apart from 1. So 5 by 6, anything else but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any of them. And the fifth throw can also be any number. So here we don't, it is not necessary that these two have to be different. That kind of a condition has not been given. So fourth throw, it can be 5 by 6 probability, and fifth throw also 5 by 6. Here we have assumed that the number is 1, but this is going to be true for all numbers, right? So even if I suppose the number is 2, we are going to get the same case. If I consider number as 3, we are going to get the same case. So this is going to be true for all the 6 numbers that are there on the dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Also, from this 5 throws, any 3 can give me the same number. We have been given exactly 3 as to give the same number. So from these 5 throws, it is not necessary that the first, second and third throw will be same and the other 2 will be different, right? It can be any 3 out of 5. So out of 5, it can be any 3. So we are simply selecting 3 out of 5. So this is the final probability. If we simplify, with this 6 and 6 will get cancelled, and we'll be having let's say 5 into 5. 5C3 is nothing but a 10 divided by 6, 6, 6 and 6, right? This will be a 5 and let's say 3. So 125 divided by 36 into 18. From the options, we can actually select this right away, but let us simplify also. 36 into 18. 648. So this is the final required answer. Is it clear? So first of all, we have to understand what the question is asking. So sometimes the wordings can be a little tricky, and in order to confuse you, very simple statement can be written in a very twisted format. So you need to take some time and just read the question carefully. Whatever data has been given, try to understand, decipher the meaning of it. So that's what they have done here. So we just simply want to find the probability of getting the same number exactly 3 times when 5 dice are thrown. That's it, right? So first of all, what is the probability of getting any particular number when a dice is thrown is 1 by 6. So we're getting that same number for 3 times. The other 2 times you can get any other number, so 5 by 6. This holds true for all the 6 numbers that are there, so we're multiplying with 6, and any of the 3 throws out of 5 can give us the same number. So it is going to be simply 5C3. Clear? So this is the practice question for you. A couple has 2 children. Find the probability that both are boys if it is known that one of them is a boy. Okay. The options are 1 by 9, 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 4 by 5. So give this question a try. It is similar to the question that we discussed right just now about conditional probability. And let us know your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer will be posted after 24 hours in the first pinned comment. Out of the questions we discussed, if you have any doubts, any queries, then let me know in the comment section and I will definitely get back to you. I will see you in the next video, which will be on algebra. If you have not seen the first video of this series, then please go and watch that also. In that we have discussed questions of permutation and combination. Thank you so much for watching. All the best.